That's what's happening. You have to understand what I'm saying to you. Today it's healthcare. Tomorrow it's speech. And after speech, it's behavior. And after behavior, it's re-education camps. And those who don't go into the re-education camps and come out sufficiently re-educated go into the slave labor camps. You say it can't happen here. I say it is happening here. The scythe of communism sweeping across America, from the White House to the Oval Office, from the Oval Office, rather, to the corporate office. Here's a story out of Buffalo, New York, in minutes ago. Kodak agrees to pay $21 million to settle race discrimination lawsuit. A group called Employees Committed for Justice filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of black workers in 2007 and claimed that they were not being paid the same as white workers. They were not being promoted as fast as white co-workers. And they found a shyster lawyer somewhere in the slums of a law school who has now taken Eastman Kodak to the cleaners for $24 million. The reason that the company settled is because they were afraid of further litigation. The company also agreed to enhance its diversity training, which means re-education camps. I'll be right back.
Don't make a difficult time tougher. If your inheritance is stuck in probate, we can advance you the cash you need in as little as 72 hours. Visit inheritancefunding.com or call 877-YOU-AIR. That's 877-YOU-HEIR.
Eloquent in their own way.
Armstrong and Getty. Weekday morning 6 to 10. Talk 910 KNEW.
During the election season last year, I wrote a monologue in which I discussed the concept of trickle-up poverty and how it would be imposed by the Obama administration. I wanted McCain to use this phrase to defeat Obama, but McCain refused to use it. I want you to listen to it again now that Obama is about to push through his Soviet-style health care program, because Michael Savage was way ahead of the curve and right on the money. Here's what I said. The liberal media talking heads are already proclaiming that a Barack Obama victory will be revolutionary. Revolutionary is right. The last great revolution took place in Russia. Within a year of the Russian Revolution in 1917, the communist leader Lenin brought the Russians change they could believe in. He created an economic system in which, one, all industry was nationalized and strict centralized management was introduced. He brought about obligatory labor duty onto non-working classes or people who had money. Food was rationed and centrally distributed. Military-like control of railroads was introduced. A private enterprise system became illegal. After Stalin took over the Soviet Union, formed a strict centralized cultural administration and ideological control system. In other words, re-education. I went on. There is every reason to believe that some kind of socialist revolution will occur under BO. This is what I said in October. Bush has already imposed socialism on the banks, and Obama promises to do more of the same. The Soviets put people with money to work in factories. I predicted that under Obama, the business owners in this country who drive the economy will be put to work by being forced to pay crushing taxes that will fund gold-plated health care for illegal aliens and welfare recipients. Private enterprise may not actually be made illegal, but so many businesses will die under an Obama administration that the same goal will be accomplished. Instead of trickle-down economics, we'll have trickle-up poverty. That was from October 15th, 2008, on the Savage Nation. I told you exactly what was going to happen, and now we have the frightening details of Obama's Soviet-era health care bill. It will steal from the healthiest and wealthiest Americans. It will steal from the healthiest and wealthiest Americans in order to pay for gold-plated health care for those who refuse to work and for those who are trying to bilk the system. I have worked hard for 40 years to keep myself healthy, and I've worked hard to succeed financially. Why should I have to pay in order to support those who have not tried very hard to keep themselves healthy or to make a living? What is most interesting in all of this is Nancy Pelosi. Why would the wealthiest woman in Congress be willing to pay higher taxes to support illegal aliens and welfare recipients? The answer is that there are so many backroom deals being made I believe that she and her cronies will be the beneficiaries of these deals, and personally, they'll make so much more money than they're going to have to pay in taxes that it doesn't really matter to them. It's a wash. The problem is the Wheelers get the deals, and we get the bills. I just came up to a studio I haven't been at since the beginning of the month. I have many studios I move around in for various reasons. And in this one, my hand is coated with, what is it called? What's that pink stuff? Calamine lotion, because I was sitting on the hillside before coming down to the studio. And I was going through the old papers here. I found a monologue from 17th of December, 2008. It's a short paragraph. I was going to throw it out, but I said I'm going to read it to you because it directly ties into what Obama is doing to us. It's a paragraph. And it's called Moses Saves, Jesus Invests. And I wrote this. I said, when I was a schoolboy, wise guys used to joke, Jesus saves, Moses invests. Well, today, if Jesus had his money in the bank, he'd be earning 0% interest. Moses would be broke. But at least Jesus would still have his money. The question is how long before this group at the SEC and Treasury wipes out all of our savings by devaluing the U.S. dollar to near worthlessness through bailouts and loans to their insiders. How different is Hank Paulson / Tim Geithner from Bernie Madoff? Only time will tell. December 17, 2008. And I was about to throw that out. Maybe I should frame it and put it on my wall, along with a poster I bought years ago that says the following: save your Confederate money, the South will rise again. 1-800-419-82. What's going to happen to our currency? Do you know what I'm doing now? I'm tipping double everywhere I go. I joke with the waiters. I went to a car wash, so I gave the guy $10. I said to him, don't worry, in a year it'll be worth $5 what I'm giving you. Last night I gave wherever I go, I give him a tip. I say, don't worry, you should spend it tomorrow because next year it'll be worth half of what I'm giving you. You know, spend your paper money, folks, because at the rate Obama is printing money, and at the rate that China is bailing out of our T-bills, and at the rate other countries are bailing out of our currency because of this mad spending, I am telling you I'm frightened about the future of America's currency. Something is afoot here, and it's not very good. Savage. Streaming at 910knew.com. This is the Savage Nation on Talk 910 KNEW. It's amazing in America today the type of morons that we accept as senators and as Supreme Court nominees. And as a result, we have the spectacle of a comedian, Al Franken, asking questions of Sotomayor. You have to listen to this. You're not going to believe the exchange.
Let me jump ahead to something. Yesterday, a member of this committee asked you a few times whether the word abortion appears in the Constitution. And you agreed that no, the word abortion is not in the Constitution. Are the words birth control in the Constitution?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Are the words privacy in the Constitution? Or the word?
The word privacy is not.
Uh-huh. I want to hit this head on. Do you believe that the Constitution contains a fundamental right to privacy?
It contains, as has been recognized by the courts for over 90 years, certain rights under the liberty provision of the Due Process Clause that extend to the right to privacy in certain situations.
So the issue of whether a word actually appears in the Constitution is not really relevant, is it?
Did you hear what he said? Is a word in the Constitution relevant? So Al Frankenstein would like to discard the Constitution altogether, and Sotomayor would like to interpret it in such a way that it becomes absolutely meaningless. There are liberals for you. They use the Constitution as toilet paper. But here's where they get down to the real serious business. Listen to this one.
What was the one case in Perry Mason that Berger won?
I wish I remembered the name of the episode, but I don't. I just was always struck that there was only one case where his client was actually guilty. And
you don't remember that case?
I know that I should remember the name of it, but I haven't looked at the episode.
Didn't the White House prepare you for that?
You're right, but I was spending a lot of time on reviewing cases.
The once great United States Senate, the same chambers that saved us from Hitler, has now fallen to the level of a cheap nightclub. It has devolved to the level of telling inane jokes about old television programs, and it gets worse. We can hear Senator Leaky Leahy of Vermont urging this madness on even further.